introduction, operational security (OPSEC) is a security and risk management process that prevents sensitive information from getting into the wrong hands. OPSEC is both a process and a strategy, and it encourages IT and security managers to view their operations and system from the perspective of a potential attacker. It includes analytical activities and processes like behavior monitoring, social media monitoring, and security best practice.
Vulnerability management and penetration testing. Vulnerability management is a risk-based approach to discovering, prioritizing, and remediating vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. Vulnerability management is a continuous, proactive, and often automated process that keeps your computer systems, network, and enterprises application safe from cyber attacks and data breaches. As such, it is an important part of an overall security program.
How vulnerability management works. An effective vulnerability management program typically includes the following components: asset discovery and inventory, vulnerability scanners, patch management, configuration management, security incident and event management, penetration testing, threat intelligence, remediation vulnerabilities. Asset discovery and inventory. It is responsible for tracking and maintaining record of all devices, software, servers, and more across the company's digital environment. But this can be extremely complex since many organizations have thousands of assets across multiple locations. Patch management. Patch management software is a tool that helps organizations keep their computer systems up to date with the latest security patches. Vulnerability scanners. Vulnerability scanners usually work by conducting a series of tests against systems and networks, looking for common weaknesses or flaws. Configuration management. Security configuration management software help to ensure that devices are configured in a secure manner, that changes to device security settings are tracked and approved, and that systems are compliant with the security policies. Security Incident and Event Management (SIEM). SIEM software consolidates an organization's security information and events in real time. SIEM solutions are designed to give organizations vulnerability into everything that's happening across their entire digital estate, including IT infrastructure. Threat intelligence. Threat protection software provides organizations with the ability to track, monitor, analyze, and prioritize potential threats to better to protect themselves. Penetration testing. Penetration testing software is designed to help IT professionals find and exploit vulnerabilities in computer systems. Remediation vulnerabilities involves prioritizing vulnerabilities, identifying appropriate next steps, and generating remediation tickets so that IT teams can execute on them.
What is penetration testing? Penetration testing is a security method that allows organizations to identify, test, and prioritize vulnerabilities in computer systems and networks. Ethical hackers usually perform penetration tests. This may be internal employees or third-party contractors. Why penetration testing is important? Because the incidence of distributed denial of service, what we call DOS, phishing and ransomware attacks is increasing rapidly, placing all internet-based businesses at risk. Penetration testing leverage a hacker's perspective to identify, prevent, and mitigate security risks before a malicious actor can exploit them. It helps the IT leadership implement smart security upgrades to minimize the chance of a successful attack. Businesses must be able to update their security measures stimulously to protect their assets from penetration attacks effectively.
Disaster recovery and business continuity planning. Business continuity and disaster recovery planning is a set of strategies, policies, and procedures that help an organization respond, adapt, continue its operations, and recover in case of disruptive event. Business continuity is the practice of maintaining normal operations during unfavorable circumstances, while disaster recovery is the process of restoring technology and system as quickly as possible after an incident, and both are essential components of maintaining the continuity of an organization's operations. The benefits of business continuity and disaster recovery are safeguard assets, maintain reputation, identify potential disruptions, encourage team collaboration, improve cost efficiency, demonstrate commitment, and gain competitive advantage. Why business continuity disaster recovery planning is important? Because it helps an organization prepare for unforeseen risks to its operations. It specifies all the steps that should be taken in such critical events and outlines what precautions should be taken to reduce risks. The main purpose of BCDR is to minimize the impact of disruptions on an organization. It is what keeps an organization running smoothly, reduces downtime, and recovers from any disruptions. Furthermore, it protects the organization's staff and assets and makes sure they are able to function under any condition created. The importance of BCDR increased considering that organizations are exposed to a variety of disruptive events, some of which are impossible to be eliminated. However, implementing a good business continuity and disaster recovery plan can keep an organization running through interruptions of any kind, power outage, IT system failures, natural disaster, supply chain surge, and more. What's the difference between business continuity and disaster recovery? Although business continuity and disaster recovery are frequently used interchangeably, they differ, especially as each plan is implemented in different periods. Business continuity refers to an organization's processes and procedures put in place to ensure that its main operations can continue regardless the unfavorable circumstances. Business continuity is the ability to preserve operations or services in the face of disruptive events. On the other hand, disaster recovery focuses on the technology part of your business and aims to restore operations and system as soon as possible after an incident happens. Disaster recovery is frequently considered to be an essential component of business continuity. Top threats to organizations' continuity. Organizations can face a variety of unexpected events, which can be physical or virtual. Some of the top threats to business continuity that every organization should be aware of are cyber attacks or data breaches. Such events can compromise an organization's system or data. These threats can significantly impact and disrupt organizations and then can damage their reputation, cause loss of customers, and even cause them to go out of business. Power outage. Most organizations rely on electrical equipment, so power outage, especially unplanned ones, can cause loss of productivity and organizational downtime, leading to loss of revenue. Climate change and natural disaster. Earthquakes, floods, storms, heat waves, droughts, or other extreme weather events can negatively impact organizations' operation and services. Infrastructure failure. IT and infrastructure disruption can cause unavoidable consequences to organizations, loss of productivity, loss of customers, and loss of valuable data.
How to develop business continuity and disaster recovery plans. To create a BCDR plan for organization, there are 4 important general steps that need to be followed. First one is assess the organization risks. Second is design recovery strategies. Third one is develop and implement the plan. And the last one is test the plan. How to develop business continuity and disaster recovery plans. Business continuity plan, it is the business continuity planning goes beyond the technology component. It's involved many short-term and long-term processes, such as response, recovery, resumption, and maintenance of the entire organization. So next, this is the continuation for the how to develop business continuity and disaster recovery plans. There are 8 general steps involved in creating business continuity plan. The first one is identifying the scope of the plan, identifying key business areas, identifying critical function, identifying the dependency between various businesses, areas, and functions. Next is determining acceptable downtime for each critical function, creating a plan, maintain operations, testing your business continuity plan, and lastly is reviewing and improving your business continuity plan. Moving on, for disaster recovery plans, there are 7 steps involved in creating a disaster recovery plan. First one is creating a DR response team. Second one is identifying critical operation and setting goals. Third one is evaluating potential disaster scenarios. Fourth one is creating a communication plan. The fifth one is establishing roles and responsibilities. Next is developing data backup for recovering plan and testing your plan. And lastly is reviewing and updating your plan. And for the additional, these are the benefits of disaster recovery plan. And having a disaster recovery plan can help in being prepared in event of a disaster, securing records and hardware, minimizing recovery time, and minimizing delays, improving security, improving last-minute decision, increasing employee productivity, maintaining high-quality services regardless of the event, reducing the risk of human errors, and lastly, increasing the confidence of investors and customers.
Incident response process. What is incident response? Incident response, or IR, is the process by which an organization handles a data breach or cyber attack. It is an effort to quickly identify an attack, minimize its effects, contain damage, and remediate the cause to reduce the risk of future incidents. NIST 4-step process. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, incident response has 4 steps: preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication and recovery, and post-incidental activity. SANS 6-phase process: preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned. Some cybersecurity experts propose a 7-step process with an additional step on ongoing retesting and training to ensure organizational readiness. What is an incident response plan, or IRP? An incident response plan is a set of documented procedures detailing the steps that should be taken in each phase of incident response. It should include guidelines for roles and responsibilities, communication plans, and standardized response protocols. Within your plan, it is important to use clear language and define any ambiguous terms. One set of terms that are frequently confused in an event, alert, and incident when using these terms in your plan. It can help restrict use as follows: event, a change in system setting, status, or communication. Examples include server request, permission update, or the deletion of data. Alert, a notification triggered by an event. Alerts can warn of suspicious events or of normal events that need your attention. For example, the use of an unused port versus storage resources running low. Incident, An event that puts your system at risk, for example, theft or credentials or installation of malware. 8 types of security incidents. There are many types of security incidents that could result in incursions of an organization's network. First is unauthorized attempts to access systems or data. Occurs when an individual or group attempts to gain unauthorized access to an organization's systems or data. Second, privilege escalation attack. Occurs when an attacker is able to gain access to a system with limited privileges and then uses that access to gain higher privileges. Insider threat occurs when a current or former employee, contractor, or other insider uses their access to an organization's systems or data for malicious purposes. Fourth, phishing attack occurs when an attacker sends an email or message that appears to be from a legitimate source but is actually a trap to steal sensitive information or spread malware.
Malware attack occurs when an attacker uses malware such as a virus or Trojan horse to gain access to an organization's systems or data to perform other malicious activities. Denial of service attack occurs when an attacker floods a system or network with traffic, causing it to become unavailable to legitimate users. Man-in-the-middle attack occurs when attacker intercepts and alters communications between two parties. Advanced persistent threat, a sophisticated and targeted attack designed to gain access to an organization's system data, often with the goal of stealing sensitive information or maintaining a long-term presence. Incident response steps. 6 phases of the incident response life cycle according to SAS. The steps are preparation of system and procedures, identification of incidents, containment of attackers, and incident activity. Eradication of attackers and re-entry options, recovery from incidents including restoration of system, lesson learned, and application of feedback to the next round of preparations. Preparation. During your first preparation phase, you review existing security measures and policies to determine effectiveness. Identification of threat. Using the tools and procedures determined in the preparation phase, teamwork to detect and identify any suspicious activity. Containment of threats. After an incident is identified, containment methods are determined, and enacted containment is often accomplished in sub-phase. Short-term containment, immediate threats are isolate in place. Long-term containment, additional access control are applied to unaffected systems. Elimination of threats. During and after containment, the full extent of the attacks is made visible. Once teams are aware of all affected systems and resources, they can begin ejecting attackers and eliminating malware from systems. This phase continues until all traces of the attack are removed. Recovery and restoration. In this phase, teams bring update replacement system online. Feedback and refinement. The lesson learned phase is one in which your team reviews what steps were taken during a response. Members should address what went well, what did, and make suggestions of future improvement.
Compliance with regulation and standard. What is regulatory compliance? Regulatory compliance is the process of adhering to laws, regulation, standards, and other rules set forth by governments and other regulatory bodies. It is an important aspect of doing business as companies are required to follow certain laws and regulations to maintain their operations. Regulatory compliance helps ensure that companies do not engage in unethical or illegal practices and can be used to protect both their employees and customers, often by protecting their data, namely personality, identifiable information, and protected health information. These compliance standards are specific to industries and location and can result in large penalties if not followed correctly. What benefits can organization gain by ensuring regulatory compliance? There are many benefits to an organization for achieving or demonstrating regulatory compliance. A major benefit is business continuity and improved trust in the industry and among customers. Some other benefits include 1. Improve operational efficiency. Adhering to a regulatory compliance can help organizations ensure all operations are conducted efficiently and in accordance with the set regulations. This in turn help organizations streamline procedure and process, leading to improved operational efficiency and reduce costs. Reduce risk and liability. Regulatory compliance help organizations stay up to date with the changing laws and regulations and abide by them, thus reducing the risk of penalties, fines, and other forms of liabilities. 3. Improve public image. Organizations that comply with regulation gain a positive public image as they demonstrate a commitment to safe and ethics operation. This can lead to improved public trust and increased confidence, which can lead to increased brand value. 4. Greater resilience. Organizations that are compliant are more resilient to changing regulations, as they already have systems in place to meet regulatory demands. This helps organizations plan better for future change, promoting greater business continuity. And last, increase efficiency. By establishing clear procedures, processes, and systems to ensure regulatory compliance, organizations can become more efficient in the way they operate, which lead to improved productivity and cost savings.
Some of the different kinds of compliance include the following. Number one is financial compliance. Organizations must maintain fair, transparent financial records and refrain from unethical or illegal financial practices that harm stakeholders or consumers. Examples of such regulations are the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation or FDIC rules for consumer protection and the Sarbanes-Oxley Act or SOX that requires financial reporting and transparency for corporations to mitigate fraud. Cybersecurity compliance. Cybersecurity regulations focus on the security and privacy of data in IT systems, including regulation covering the implementation of encryption, firewall security, network controls, breach prevention, and remediation efforts. Many modern regulations include cybersecurity requirements such as Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act or HIPAA regulations, the Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program or FedRAMP, and Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard PCI DSS. Why is it important? Data compliance standards are important for data safety, accuracy, and consistency. This means they also affect the bottom line. If you don't follow every law relevant to data storage and access, you could face severe penalties. Typically, organizations must follow several federal, state, and local laws, but some regulations are specific to an industry.